The ride of your life. Welcome, Glenn.
Thank you. What do you do when life, your goals, your dreams chews you up, spits you out, and leaves you for dead, lying face down in the water? What do you do? I'd like to share a story with you that answered that question for me. It's a story about an amusement park ride, a little girl, and a metaphor for life. Are you ready? Good. A few months ago, my family and I took a trip up upstate New York, and it was to a small amusement park, indoor, and it had an indoor water park. And in this indoor water park, there was one ride that was different from all the other rides in the park. This ride was the Boogie Bear surfboarding ride. You had to ride a 10-foot wave of water on a little boogie board. Calling this a ride was like calling bull riding a ride. This ride was amazing. This ride was powerful. This ride was scary. There was this platform at the bottom, and it came up with a 10-foot high wall of water that was 20 feet wide. And you got onto it by walking up the platform. You saw the gatekeeper. He asked you if you were ready. Gatekeeper handed you the boogie board. And you walked over to the top of the wave, and all this waving water is coming up at you. And you had to jump over the thing onto the wave and then ride it. Another thing that made this ride different was there was no time limit for this ride. What determined how long you stayed on it was your skill, your determination, and your luck. You rode this for 5 seconds, you rode it for 15 minutes. It didn't care. And you rode it, but eventually something would happen, and your luck, your determination, or your skill would run out, and this ride would take you, flip you over your boogie board, bring you up the wave, throw you off the top of the wave onto the platform, and eject you, smash. And sometimes it would hurt. I know. I went on it a couple times. So as I'm taking this ride and having a great time on this ride, I noticed up in a line ahead of me was a little girl. And she's going up on this ride, and I'm looking at this girl going, she's much too small. She was only this big, 7 or 8 years old, straight brown hair, brown bathing suit, just watching the ride, very quiet, and she's very intently watching, very quiet. And I'm getting scared watching this girl lining up for this ride, because I've seen this ride eject and throw out and chew up full-grown adults, teenagers, tattooed guys, everything. I've seen people limping away from this ride. And one of the things about this ride is after you got ejected up onto the top platform, you go up to the gatekeeper, and he would ask you, after you got thrown out the first time, he'd ask you, would you like to go again? Many people said, no, thank you. Oh, no, I'm not going on that again. And this little girl's in this line and going, oh my God, she's going to get killed. And I'm watching it. She gets up to the gatekeeper, oh, he's not going to let her go on this. And the gatekeeper asks, are you ready? And she goes, yes. Good. And so she takes the board and she stands over next to the top of the wave, and the wave's all coming up, and we're looking up at her, and I'm going, she looks so tiny, so small. This thing is huge. This thing is, oh my God. And she takes a breath, and she jumps onto the top of the wave. And she rides the wave, and she's giving it all down, and she's doing it. Her hair's flying, and water's flying, her arms are all over the place. And her luck, her skill, something ran out, and this wave took her, flipped her over, chewed her up, brought her all the way back, smacked her to the back of the wall, all the way on the platform, crashed. Everybody in line went, we waited. What seemed like an eternity. She didn't move. We looked at the gatekeeper. He first calmly stood there and watched. And slowly, this little girl got up, started moving, got up, got to her knees, and she cleared the hair out of her eyes, coughed a few times, struggled to her feet, fixed her bathing suit so slowly, and she walked over to the gatekeeper and looked up. And the gatekeeper asked the question he asked everyone. Would you like to go again? And the little girl looked up at him and went, yes. She said yes. And she took that board and drove right back onto that dream, onto that ride, onto her life. So I offer to you, when you go onto your dreams, your life, your goals, and you're up there and you see them from far away, first thing they'll look really powerful, really big, really exciting. But when you stand up next to your dream and you get up there with your little things and you're just about to jump into your dream, you're going to seem so small, and it's going to be scary. And you're going to have to jump in head first, just like this ride. Jump in head first to your dream, jump anyway. And when you jump in, ride that dream, ride your life, give it everything you got. And when that challenge comes, that flips you over, spins you around, chews you up, and throws you splat onto the pavement, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt right here. I offer you, remember that little girl. Slowly get to your feet. Clear your vision. Adjust your suit. Walk up, and the gatekeeper will ask, would you like to go again? Take that ride and jump back in headfirst to your dreams, because this is the ride of your life. Thank you.
Can I make it in 7 minutes?
It's our well time.
Yeah.